had that Robin come push the last tree. I was getting ready. I was gonna make a big video bragging on, you know, getting the last tree down, all this stuff, and you know whatnot, and yada yada. And then yeah, got down a ditch, wallered, kicked buck, wallered, kicked buck. And I'm down that ditch and I can't got no pull on it. Old Broody Brood ain't got the poop in his britches. You ever run into that? Just ain't got enough poop in your britches? And just aggravating. So you can see where I skin all the bark off of it, wallering around on it. I just couldn't get it. That din though, boy, that sunbuck's got the power just to root ball it if it needed to. Hand might be favoring your left just a hair, but it's pretty much straight on, just right on top of that poplar. But there he goes. Well, I said on the right of the maple, maybe it would.
Well, it didn't go exactly where you notched it, but it was pushing exactly the way you notched it. According to your hinge, I think that one big limb up there looks get brought around.
Just too much weight up there, maybe. Hell, I don't know. I need to go back to Joe Glenn cutting class and learn how to aim, don't I? Thank you, Bubba. All right, let me get it there.
I had to take care of somebody besides Roger for a little bit.
Yeah, you can just add that to Roger's babysitting bill there. He's always. See, I left him Roger. I said, well, you can babysit Roger for a while. So we got Roger's babysitting bill going on, and then Chris is on Derek over, he's, them attaboys. They're into it over attaboys, and Derek's been getting the attaboys, and then Derek's trucking today, so he ain't around to gain no attaboys, so Chris has been taking them, and Derek had a chance to get him an attaboy, and help me, but I didn't have the patience to wait for him. And then, come find out, somebody busted the bud on a white oak veneer tree. But I think I got Derek's attaboy took back away from him because I told him Derek had me distracted. That's why I busted that tree. I might have cut it, but Derek was distracting me at the time. So it's gotta be, so basically the way I seen it, it was Derek's fault that I busted it. Yeah, Roger, you don't have to be all down about it. I tell you, Roger just got a bad attitude sometimes.
Well, he's probably mad because everybody's been keeping his attaboys away.
Yeah. Well, you know how bad he wants them.
I don't believe that shit for 1 second. I think he collects them at home in a big pop-gun bucket. And every time he wants to sleep real good, extra good, he just takes a look at him and goes to bed.
Shit, I bet he's got him hid up in some kind of gun safe somewhere.
Shows it to all the relatives when they come in, I bet.
I wouldn't doubt it. Can I touch it? No, get your hands back. Oh, Roger, poor Roger. He just catches it with both hands, I swear. And then he goes home and Bev probably beats on him. He just can't get it. He just can't win for losing. Now, if this daggone black oak tree or red oak tree don't let go, I'm gonna tear. Did you get that out of your system, tree? All right. Thank God, I don't know what that was all about, buffer. That's some of that Joe Glenn cutting training. There you go, Joe. See, all my cutting been training here to Joe Glenn. So, the way I see it, when I screw up, it's got to be his fault. It can't be my fault. I'm just doing what I was trained to do. If anybody knows Joe, give me help for that. Every time I screw up a tree, I blame it on him. Oh, bless America. All right, well, let me get this mess cleaned up and we'll do a recap at the end of this sucker. Charge it twice. All right. Ready when you are. Pocahontas. Pocahontas. Oh, Pocahontas. I think he did that shit on purpose. It's the way I get treated around here. We got a oodle eek from our valve changing, or manifold changing, but it's just a hose. Manifolds dry as a bone, and Robin said let it go, it's just a hose, we'll get to it. So we're gonna let it go, just a hose, we'll get freaking tree fell on. All right, we'll set up here, do some big old dent in there, kitty. Now here's the thing. With this situation, I've already had a rough morning trying to get we've had some freeze ups in the middle because our air wasn't right. We're still working. Yeah, we actually, at this point, it's January the something or another, 6/8. January the 9, 2022. We got this problem that I'm working on right now. See this rotorback on their Holtein's grapple, they got a gas return. And as your saw gets a little older and you have a little trouble and this, that, and the other, we're pushing to get through to the winter time. And we're starting to have some problems with our gas coming out of our hot dog. It does the bar return. And of course this jumped on and we're trying to get, everybody's trying to get used to this thing again, stuff like that and all that mess. And having to deal with it. And kind of caught us off guard. We're like, son of a biscuit. You know, Robin said something about there yesterday, I think. He said, hey, this thing's a lot of trouble. He said, it ain't returned like it should. And when it's cold, when it first acts up when it's cold. Because oxygen contracts when it's cold. That hot dog that does a gas return inside there, it's full of oxygen.
So while your machine's cold, that oxygen contracts, and it does us worse when it's cold. Now you warm it up, expand it, heated temperature, expand it up a little bit, then it'll retract better. So I'm sitting there, I got this, what I'm going on right now, I'm trying to set this yard up. Of course, Robin already had his plan, but he had to pull out the fuel, and I did not get the memo here. When I'm setting this yard up this morning, get everybody up and rolling. I'm the hub of production this morning, and I'm so disorganized, and it's a mess. And me, I'm a pusher. I was built for production. My way my brain clicks for production, and you know, when you're out of your element, you've got a cognitive overload. Everything's going on, and everybody's waiting on me. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm fumbling, I'm farting around, and it's driving me nuts. And it's din-din. Of course, it's part of old wounds and stuff like that needs fixed. Ain't got it fixed yet and stuff. And poor Robin, he's going through this whole thing, fixing this thing up, and finally get this thing working to do something. And I stepped there like, what is going on with this thing, man? It's like I ran it when it's brand new. I know what it's supposed to do, and it ain't doing what it's supposed to do. You know, so basically what's going on is this morning I've got problems with the chain. There's all kinds of problems with this thing. The bar's got like one nut on it. It won't. It's just a long story. But anyways, we're finally I got in there. I told Roger I'm having trouble with the chain kicking off, and I finally lost it. And Roger had to. Roger babies me so much. He's a sweetheart. He's been around me forever. And he knows when I get in these situations where he's looking at me, Chris is looking at me, then ain't running. I don't know what to do to fix it. Cognitive overload, you know, and I'm like, son of a biscuit. So, my hat's off to Roger. Thank you so much today, Roger, this morning. You probably forgot it by now, but I went through the replay and I was like, man, I was a grumpy, you know, through this whole thing. And Roger just being sweet Roger, he's helped me through this. And, you know, being a stand-up guy, you know, and Chris is, you know, calm down, think of the big picture. You're too stuck in knickknacks, but I'm losing it. I'm telling you, I'm losing it right now. On the inside, I'm screaming. I want to blow something up like a bomb. But we get to the end of this, get this figured out. Robin shows up, and right off the bat, he brings the Whitey down, and he just says, "Hey, let's put some air in that thing." He said it's been starting to act up on me. We're gonna have to get a seal kit in for the saw return piston. And I also got this. This is real cool. Let me break away this. We figured this out. It's a DeWalt hoochmadilly here that blows air in. You just put it behind the seat and then air it up. So every once in a while, this thing gets. And Robin said it only does it like once in a while. Like you might get 3 days in a row, it's a pain in the butt, and it might go a week, nothing. You know, it just depends on when the gas is going to come up, you know, seep out of this thing. So, anyways, long story short, he fixed it, got us going again, because I was losing my schniz. Just too much, didn't, you know. And everybody's got their weaknesses they work on, and my weakness that I work on is emotional intelligence. Keep your mouth shut. Looking at the big picture, not getting stuck in the details, man, that's crucial, because all you do when you're sowing poison is kill off everything you're sowing poison. And learn how to keep your mouth shut and not sow poison when you're overloaded stress relax. That is crucial. And especially when you're working on a team with people, with adults. These men here, they don't need to hear crybaby bull mess from nobody. You know, and just the struggle with that, man, it was a struggle. This morning, boy, it was a struggle for me. Don't know why. Some mornings are worse than others, some mornings are good, some mornings are bad. This was bad. Robin, when he showed up, he's like, what is your malfunction? You know what I mean? I told him what's going on. He's like, I told you. He said, I told you this thing was a piece of crap. I told you all this stuff was going on. I was like, all right, well, what do we got here? So he said, well, first of all, you can't get a chain on the son of a buck. What do we do? I said, well, there's a track they're supposed to clean out a long time ago and never did. And so we got in there, we dug it around there and cleaned the track out. Boom, chain locks up. Chain's got like 6 inches hanging off the end of the bar. I said, that's what I was trying, you know, I thought, you know, he said, yeah, there it is. There it is. So we cleaned that out, and that fixed that problem, chain falling off crap. Got that fixed, and now we got to shorten up all our chains because they're way too long on the chainsaw bar. And just getting it back together. And then I got a rebuild kit ordered. I gave Robin my DeWalt power pack. Let me show you here. And he put it in there, and he's see right there, chain keeps flopping off. The stupid thing, it's out of tensioner. And long story short, we didn't clean our mess out to where you can retract the bar up where it needs to go and shorten the chain up. Chain's running too long. Anyways, I'll shut up. But this was very traumatic. This was traumatic. And I'm trying to keep my stuff together, and Roger's trying to keep me together. Roger's like, slap me, Roger. Reach over and whap. Yeah, Roger. I love him. God, what a good man. All right, I'll shut up.
With. What I do is I tend to run around putting things together. I fix things up, tidy things up, and my day job's producing and stuff like that, and stuff. But I gotta also do all this floating around, taking care of stuff. This morning we had an air valve problem in the chop saw, and a pilot valve that runs it. It's electric over air pilot valve, and that son of a buck got old, crappy, and the oiler wasn't working. I had to work on it. By the time I get here, Robin had to go to the dentist this morning, so I get on the dent end. Nothing's going right. It's all screwed up. I was like, what the hell's wrong with this thing? I ain't gonna get into it. I'll just say it's old stuff. But it's about to, bam. So Rob came down here. Rob goes, what's the matter? I said, oh my God, this thing's a pile of crap. It won't run. I said, pull that truck up here and let's look it over and see what you think. So I get to mucking with stuff I'll stay out of it. So, finally figure out what the hell's going on. It's old rooms. And we fix it all up. Son of a buck slicker and a whistle. I said, what the Hades? He said, what's that all about? I said, I ain't gonna talk about it. But we got the dent in going finally. Now it's ready to run, rock and roll. And Roger and Big Daddy's right up this hole here. Look over here. Roger and Big Daddy's right up this hole here, and they're just gonna chuck them down there. And I told Roger to stick that wood in Robin's butt. Robin said he wants some wood in his butt today. And boys, he gonna get it. I'm gonna skid for a while. I got about 3 hours worth of skidding to do to tidy up things, help Big Daddy clean up. And then I'll maybe get to move some equipment. It's been hard to buy timber because the price of timber's been so wild. So it pays to be experienced and know what the heck you're doing from experience. I'm telling you. Robin's getting the dent in line out, but I've had a rough morning. So finally, I finally get calmed down. Chris said, calm down, Tater, take it easy. All right, well, what kind of news you got for me to make it easy? He said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, I'm sorry everything's going wrong for you, but he said it's Friday. I said, yeah, what's the point of Friday? And I forgot. Friday is the day that all of us has to be nice to Roger. I said, you mean to add insult to injury? Now on top of everything else going wrong today, I got to be nice to Roger too? I hate Friday.
Now what I'm attempting to do on the other side of this field is there's this stuff to clean up. I'm trying to make a little stockpile here where they're going to walk the din back and tiny this stuff out. Din and tiny it out. So I'm trying to take the walnut that I got back here and get it all pulled up to where I got the sycamore tree and stuff. Trying to make a stockpile right there. And we're going to clean up all this walnut, sycamore, and all that crap mess there, and finally get stuff organized for Robin and them, and these line trees and all that stuff that I cut and stuff the other day and everything. Just try to help guys out. I got a little bit of time to spare, so I'm trying to maximize efficiency.
Tell you what, it always seems like, to me, sometimes I struggle all day long to keep my stupid mouth shut.
Okay, Wayne, we're ready for a push.
I'm on my way, a little slow, but I'm on my way. To me, it always seems like right about the time I'm about to lose my schniz, if I just step away, calm down a little bit, and just wait, just hang on, it's always going to get better. And to me, like when you figure out a problem that's an ongoing problem, when you solve a problem, and not a symptom of a problem, mind you, a problem. When you solve the actual problem, to me that's a win, because that means every day, day in and day out, that problem that you solve.
You put that one on here this time, Robin, or you still got it?
If you solve the symptom of the problem, you're going to get rid of it.
It's on there, she'll see him. Thank you.
Okay. Are you done, Chris? Are you done, old buddy? I'm gonna race him. I'm gonna race him to the yard. Oh, he's got a head start on me. That's cheating, Chris. He's such a damn sweetheart. I love that guy. God, I love that guy. I love the guys I work with, man. I'm telling you. They are so patient and well put together. You know, even when I'm losing my schniz, they're like, calm down, you got this. You know, and stuff like, you know, because they know. And I tell you what, if you learn to shut your mouth when they tell you to calm down, you got this, and you listen, 2 minutes later, they'll come up with a solution. You won't, they will. Every freaking time.
Yeah, get in your way, what's in your way, let's make this run right here.
I heard him say I need to make a beer run.
Meaning you got to balance then right now. Yeah, you got to. I can't wait. I think them white oak walnut veneer that's down there. Just so you got your way to get out of here. Oh, I mean you got to get this, just get the whole run. Start your bomb the hill and come up the hill with them. That's what I'm saying. And let me get these set up for you. I've done some. Okay, I'm ready. Say it right. Okay. You've got a bunch set up ahead of you. It's pretty simple. You're not along you go on and do something about the dam besides this for a little while, then I'll get back. Okay. You're welcome to go.
Big Mo and Big Daddy, they always had this habit back in the day when you didn't have radio.
There's two in here on there, Johnny, if you want to pick off first.
Back in the old days, what you did, when you go to push, you see the brake lights back here on the trailer?
Joanne, some of them in there I did not mark off. They're 10 foot long. Just look them over. Don't know that they're there. They're just a candidate at this point.
When you go to push, first thing you do, driver gets in his truck, taps his brakes 2 or 3 times real quick. Tap, tap, tap. That means he's ready. And when you come into pushing, driver gives a tap, 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 or a tap, tap, or something to let you know he's ready. Get them brake lights are flashing back there. That's back in the old days, back when it was all incandescent lamps and everything. It was like a when you tapped on the brakes. But you tap, 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 let them know you're ready. Once you let them ready, get that skidder up against them. And then communication with the truck drivers, you bump him, and he'll start letting the clutch out. You come in, you hit him again. Because everybody had clutches. See, the skidder had clutch, truck had clutch. You sit there and you bump him and you rock that truck up and he rocks back and he lets his out and you let yours out. Out you go. If you don't do it that way, skidder spins, makes a hole, truck spins, makes a hole, and you're stuck. Everybody's stuck in the mud. Now, another trick we always do, reverse gears. Those of you that don't know, reverse gears are straight mesh gears. They're cut straight. They're not, normal gears are cut at a angle. I forget what they call that. What do y'all call that? MLH. I got a mental block. Helical. Most gears are cut helical. That's where they're at an angle. That way, when you get to high speed, your gear's spinning really fast. It don't sit there and whine at you. It's a smooth mesh. Reverse gears are cut straight. They're built for torque, and that's it. They're cut straight. That's why when you back up really fast in a car, it goes. That's them gears talking to you. Straight mesh gears in the transmission. So, that being said, a straight mesh gear set is stronger. So when you get in a mud hole with the semi and you get loaded, you get ready to take off and you're marred down the mud, you got loaded and everything's marred down the mud. You throw it back up in the reverse hole, let down that clutch and rock that truck backwards. And then you so that's why like in a semi, reverse is up high and granny low's down low. And what you do is you get in the rhythm, you clutch it. Let me get you down here. You get in your rhythm, clutch it, throw in reverse, let that clutch out real hard one time, pretty hard, not super hard. Let that truck back up, granny low, and let her back out again. By the time that truck rolls forward, you'll done have the clutch let out in granny low. And you won't be riding that clutch, it should be let out. You won't have to get hard on the rear ends because you're using the rock of the truck to take off. You're going, you know what I mean? That works great when you can take off on your own, but you can't in this situation. Your skidder's taking you off. But you have to be tightening that pressure plate up when that skidder's pushing at the same time. Because both of us has clutches to let out. So you bob it, let the truck rock back, and you go. See what I mean? It's like a rocking chair. See what I mean? But nobody does that stuff anymore. We got more power, equipment weighs more. The trucks have got heavier duty rear ends. Back in, so you used to pop an axle and stuff like that because we had 38,000 rears and stuff like that. Springs would break all the time. Oh God, trucks were junk. Didn't have no power. The only thing they had going for them was some old Mack dogs. They didn't have no power. So you put an idiot in your Mack truck. You get your old Camelback Mack, throw an idiot in it. They'll be all right. You can't hardly break them. The only problem with the Camelback Mack, especially when they do like a Camelback in a tandem application, is when you break that Camelback, that whole side of the truck sets over. Then when the springs break, it's usually when you're loaded heavy, you're going around the turn, so you're already leaning on a truck, you're already putting this pressure down on them springs. By that time, truck lays over, you go chase it across the center line to catch it. Or flop it over, one or the other. I'll shut up. I'll be back when we get this walnut drug out. Nah, breaker broker. Come on in there, leave me a little comment, a little bit of thumbs up there. Kaboot.